And it comes down to this. We've kept our heads when everybody else is losing theirs, and that can be such an important feature of an important season for us.
Into the black hole. Sing for my soul.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Sunshine on Leyth. If you're still enjoying the save, drop a like, that would be spectacular. So, we kind of hit a bit of a rough patch after such a long purple patch. I guess it was bound to come eventually. Hopefully we can just pull ourselves out of it. Like with any of these things, as we always say, it just takes one little result, like a fortunate win, just to put you back on the right track. And we kind of need to get that sooner rather than later before things start to slide. But now we're going to be without Win Billington for the next month, which is going to cost us, I feel like. But hopefully Sean Levi will be back for today's game, which will help a lot. And now, some theories about the training ground buster. Quadio asked Birch McNaught who his favourite player was. McNaught says Eric Cantona. Cantona said his best moment was kicking a hooligan. Have you seen that, Koo? No? Let me show you. McNaught's kick landed on Quadio's shin with a sickening crack. Sadly, Birch, much like Cantona himself, failed to stick the landing and broke his foot. Seems legit. To avoid a scandal in the press, the injuries were said to have happened in a training session. But sources on the inside have suggested that the two wingers were trying to show off. Some local ladies in the Leaf pop world. That could also be a factor, let's face it. Birch McNaught, a self-avowed scrapper known to dabble in the discipline of Muay Thai, was involved in an unfortunate incident this past week when his ardent love for the sport spilled into the football pitch. Bert expressed a deep regret to the fans, and particular Quadio, saying, "I weakened our team today, and for that I am truly sorry." Well, at least he's expressed remorse. Following the double injury, rumours are circulating that a fight club operates underneath the lighthouse, led by Whitport alumni Brave Boy. I wonder what happened to him. It is believed that McNaught caused the injury through a leg kick during a fight, and that the injury was reported as a training, to protect the fight club. That makes sense. We're just trying to keep things under wraps. That's why our players are such high in aggression. We aim for that, really. We're going to watch the world burn. Anyway, today we go to Sheffield United at Bramall Lane. Not easy at all. But we will just have to see what comes up, really. So, Billington out. It's a sad time. Hopefully Levi's fit. Yes, he is. I'm going to do him over Bradley Davidson because Bradley Davidson is more for this role. Levi is a really good attacking forward. Anyway, everybody else... No. Please tell me we've got Buffo back. Yes, we do. Okay, good. Strengthening... We definitely look a better side this time around. I really do feel like the lack of Buffo in that last game made a huge difference. Idris just could not take the role. Like, he just doesn't seem to be able to create anymore. I think he's just kind of lost a bit of his magic. Watson will also be able to come back in. So we're missing a few players. We were, and now we're not quite so much. Birch McNaught is also nearly fit again. My goodness. We're still going to go with Hazy for today. So for the bench is going to be Morton, Aline, Yaya Quadio on the bench for the first time in ages. Davidson, Herbert, Sankis and Max McCoy. I want to maybe bring Quadio off the bench. We don't want to rush him back in because we've seen what he's been like before with those situations. Frankly, it's just good to have him back as an option in the team. We just want to nurse him back in, get him fully back to match fitness, and then start using him every week. Because Jeff Hayes has done okay. I wish we'd gone with him earlier. Yeah, we've slipped down to 10th in the form standings, and it's no surprise, really. This is a big game for Sean Levi. There's a lot of stress on this lad's shoulders. We just need to find some form again. And I'm hoping that the changes we've made... There was actually quite a lot of players out for that last game, and I didn't realise just how many. So with the likes of Watson back, the creativity's back, basically our DM pairing are back, and I think that actually makes a huge difference for us. Watson. Use that wing play. There we go. Jeff Hayes. Oh, okay. And Levi's already proven that he can do a little bit. Now, one thing he does offer that Win Billington doesn't is he has a slight bit more aerial presence. And Nelson! And good save. We need to get that ball to Buffo, really. So we can start to make some inroads. Here we go. That's more like it. This is what what Idris wasn't able to do in the last game. Cleared. Hayes! Oh, Jeff Hayes! What a bloody finish. Is that his first ever goal? He's delighted. No? He's off. That is his first ever goal for Whitport Athletic. I feel very justified for putting him in the team now. That is an incredible finish. He has really taken a chance being in the team here. This is sensational. Like, his first time as well. I thought he took a touch. What a brilliant finish from Jeffy Hayes. That is a huge goal right when we needed it to keep that confidence. We've got to get this win now. Buffo goes past a couple here. Holds onto the ball really well. Against Derby, I must say, he was really getting dispossessed an awful lot in that game. Like, an ungodly amount of times did he get caught in possession against Derby, but maybe it was because of his fitness levels. Chan. Round the side again, and Sullivan's onto it. Levi's making a run. Can he pull it across for him? No, but it doesn't matter because it's a penalty. Honestly not sure who to give the penalty to because Win Billington is our current taker, so I'm going to give it to Simon Nelson because he's kind of got a bit in both camps. Can he put us 2 goals to the good here, Simon Nelson? And it's a lovely finish from Simon Nelson. 2 goals up inside 13 minutes. What were we worried about? That is a hugely important goal when we needed it most. Good start from us. Nelson's been good so far. He's now scored his 7th of the year. That beats his tally from last season. He's just doing everything better. Well, very little has happened since that goal for us. And bloody good save there as Bristol City 3-0 up, trying to get their goal difference back to normal, it would appear. Fleetwood also winning, though. The pressure on those teams towards the very top of this league, including us, is getting insane. I'm honestly wondering what the gap... Actually, get me your predictions, friends. What do you think the gap will be between 5th and 6th come the end of the season? Because I think it might be as much as 15 points if it carries on extending like this. Admittedly, Burnley are falling away at the moment. We weren't even that good in the first half, but we are 2-0 up. And all we need to do really now is be sensible and see this game out. Tadiucci into the channel again. That's a good ball through. And again, it should be relatively comfortable. That seems to be their best method of going forward. And right now, it's not leading to much. Nelson, that's better. Harris has got inside. Can he get the cross in? He does. Sullivan! That's more like it. Wonder if the early cross from now on might actually help us. Means we won't overcommit quite as much. And we can still get some good balls into Sullivan, potentially. Nelson, so get the ball at Levi here. He can pop one in the box. Oh, he's gone through a couple. Ooh, Nelson. Oh, he maybe should have just put that all on the ground. Levi could have just got a touch on it. Coadio returns to the football pitch for the first time since that horrible injury. And he's back. Hopefully he could stay fit for a little bit. Give him 20 minutes here at the end of the match in a 2-0 situation. See if he can turn on the magic, maybe. Find us something for that third goal, perhaps. It's kind of what we need him for. 10 minutes to go. Looking solid. This is the kind of results we really, really needed right now. We've not been amazing today, but it's a professional performance from a team at the top of the league, and it will put us on to 69 points. What more do you want? Coadio, first proper touch for him since... Oh, what a... Well, actually, no. Okay, keeper's like, yeah, sure, have a corner on me. This one's on the house. Sullivan's ball in, and Thompson, and Buffo! Nice little touch there. Keeper would have been regretting that had that gone in. Really pleasing performance all round. They just done the job. Very much reminds me of that one at Blackburn, really. Just a sort of sensible performance where we get the clean sheet, get the victory on the night, and West Brom 2-0 up at Derby now, and it keeps us at the top. There we go. Sheffield United 0, Whitport 2. Really, really important victory. Plus 40 goal difference now. West Brom are nowhere near us on goal difference, but Bristol City are, and if they could get themselves into a position... I think they might be our biggest rivals, honestly. Those two look like the best teams in this division, but we will see. Right, we're back. Sadly, we were unable to build on the good result in our next match, which is a bit of a frustrating one. We fell behind very early on. Davison with an absolute thunderbolt, basically, to give Rotherham United the lead. But then in the second half, we did our job here. Levi doing a lovely job on this outside, puts the ball in the box. Defender misses it. Sullivan brings it down. 1-1, but that was all we could muster. Thankfully, though, at home to Millwall, it was a different sort of story. Buffo gets the ball, knocks one over the top. There, in behind, is Levi, scoring himself another goal. Gives us the lead. Very early days, but very important. Midway through the first half, we then added a second goal to that. Coadio putting the ball out wide for Chan. Lovely little ball to the back post. And who would be there but Simon Nelson. Goalkeeper probably could have done better. And then in the 90th minute, Dave Morton doing his thing, blasting past people here, gets all the way to the back post. There, lovely ball. Sullivan, 3-0. We then followed that with an odd performance. Took a long time to break QPR down until we finally did. Goalkeeping mistake, Thompson, 1-0. Then another goalkeeping mistake from QPR's keeper. This time, he misses the ball as it dives through, and Connor's able to put it in for 2-0. We then won a penalty, and Simon Nelson dispatched it. The least 3-0 I've had. Unfortunately, we then went to St James's Park, had a good performance on the night, but were unable to break them down. Ended up with a 0-0, but 3 straight clean sheets is good to see. But then it was straight back to winning. Sullivan's ball in. Dale Connor, again, back post, 1-0. Then in the second half, lovely bit of work here. Buffo slips it through for Win Billington, but look at this for unselfishness. Finds Sullivan. I mean, honestly, Billington probably could have gone for goal himself, but he didn't. 2-0. We then travelled away to a very, very poor and almost certainly going to be relegated Luton Town, which is a shame from where they've come from. Coadio gets the ball, drops it across. Franz Sullivan, another goal for him, 1-0. At the power court. They then, I think we had a goal disallowed for offside. Nelson getting into the box, dropping it back from, eventually bounces back to Win Billington. Finally scores one on his return to the team, 2-0. And then they had a player out injured, which meant there was a huge gap, which Buffo was able to find Billington in, sets himself, scores his second of the night, back with a bang, 3-0. Sadly, the run finally came to an end at home against Stoke. Coadio, great save from the goalkeeper here. Coadio somehow keeps the ball and gets a second shot, bounces back for Franz Sullivan, 1-0, 69th minute. We were doing well at this point. They then missed the penalty, but directly from the corner, 1 shot blocked, 2 shot blocked, and on the third attempt, Stoke were able to put it in. A pretty deserved equaliser, I would say. But I thought we'd got away with it when Griggsy saved another penalty for this year, but it wasn't quite to be. And it comes down to this. We've kept our heads when everybody else is losing theirs, and that can be such an important feature of an important season for us. As we now find ourselves 7 points clear of Bristol City and 8 points clear of Burnley. West Brom have lost 3 in a row now and find themselves on 74 points, a full 10 points behind us now. The battle at one point, 3 of them were on 74 and Fleetwood were on 73. It was very, very tight in there indeed. They're all sort of falling over each other trying to get that final spot, and it does look as though we're just going to do enough to stretch our legs at the right point in the season to go and get go and get the result, basically. Bristol City, though, still smashing goals in. They've just not been doing so great defensively lately. 89 goals this season. I wouldn't be surprised if they hit 100. So really, I feel like they're in prime position to go up just because they're in the best form at the moment. And they've got a goal difference that dwarfs everybody around them except us with our plus 51. Also, note down towards the bottom, Burn Albion, 98 goals conceded this season. There's still 6 games to go. They have a minus 72 goal difference. This might be a record for the league. I wonder what the worst record ever for a championship club is, because they seem to be right on track for that. As for the Premier League, well, I mean, Blackhaven United, doing all right. They haven't played for a while, basically, because they got so far ahead, but they're 10th. 40 points on the board. They're 10 points above the drop zone. And they've got a game in hand on some of the teams below us as well. At one point, they had like 2 games ahead of everyone, and now they've not played in ages. So people have been able to sort of drag them back. I still think there's a chance that they can get a top half finish. I don't see Leicester catching them. I think the only team that could really catch them would be Bournemouth. That'd be a hell of a first season in the Premier League for them to come 10th, considering I predicted them to come 16th. They have very much impressed me in that sense. They also took a draw with Arsenal in there, which is, again, a very good point. And right now, I could not think of a better time to be playing West Brom. They're in terrible form. We're at home. This is a big chance for us. I really do think that Bristol City are going to be the team that takes that second spot in the end. Their goal difference and their sheer goal scoring ability this season has been a cut above. Even cut above us in terms of goal scoring. Now, in terms of fitness levels, again, we're going to have to shuffle around a little bit. We've got a nice international break after this game, which should allow us to just regroup slightly. Nelson... no, I think Morton will probably have to start here, which is a shame, but it's the way it has to be. Guardio's come back. He's found some fitness levels now. He's finally just consistently playing week in, week out. He did have another injury, though, a gashed leg, though less, injury prone. Don't really see that as being an issue, really. It is weird, though, he's still not considered injury prone. Like, the guy's had 4 injuries this year, so it must just be pure bad luck on his part. It occurs to me, Christian Kramer didn't rejoin Blackhaven. He actually came on loan to West Brom, or is it permanently? No, he's on loan from Bournemouth. Given the money that's at Blackhaven's disposal, I genuinely am surprised that they didn't sign anybody in January. I figured they would always do that. It's also worth knowing, a point in this game would wrap up a playoff spot for us already, with 6 games to spare. So that alone is a very good sign. We're going to be at least guaranteed play. I mean, obviously we know we're guaranteed playoffs. I think the title is firmly ours to lose at this point, but we've got to make sure that we don't bottle it. Morton, he's into the box already, and I feel like a win against West Brom today would really just say, you know what, we're going to take this title, and I want to really push on. I want to score 100 goals, and I want to try and get 100 points this season. I think it's probably going to be a bit out of our reach, though. Buffo in a good position and a good strike on goal. Bristol City, though, I could very much see them. Oh, Kramer's through, and it's 1-0 to West Brom away. And of course, it's bloody Christian Kramer, the former Blackhaven player who's not really torn up trees for West Brom so far this season, gives them the lead. And would you believe it, it's an indirect free kick. Ooh, I am shooketh and shocketh at the same time. We've sort of bought ourselves the ability to lose a game like this, but I really don't want to, because it's about, dominance at this point, showing that we're the best team in this division. Morton flicks around the side for Billington, and it's just about off target. Sullivan, this is where we need him to be big. Ball in, and Smith, and it's in the back of the net. Sean Smith, only his 2nd goal of the season for Sean Smith. And, well, Fran Sullivan's magic again with his wonderful delivery. 18th assist of the season for him in the league. He needs 2 more. I don't think he'll quite get to 20, but they really shouldn't be letting Sean Smith win headers from corners like that. No, although he is up against someone very short. Very subdued first half entirely, actually. West Brom have done nothing since their goal. And it does seem to be that there's a reason why they're struggling at the moment. And as things stand, we would move 8 points clear of literally everybody, even in terms of championship. Sullivan, drills it as Barnsley are 2-0 up now away at Bristol City. Well, things are going very well for us in this first half. We would basically cut all our rivals adrift of us entirely, and we would just need to slowly but surely just be consistent for the rest of the season. But a win, that would be even better. Go on, Dave. Can we do a bit of our own business here? Quadio! And Morton! Difficult one, although he might keep the ball here. And he has. Billington, he's never going to win that header, is he? Billington's not been at his best today, and neither have we, really. I think we've been the better side in general, but we just let ourselves down in a few areas. We need to make some changes soon. I think Quadio will come off, along with Win Billington, potentially. Morton, round the side for... Never mind. Billington comes up when you need him. He's been completely anonymous for the most part in today's game, but this is why this guy is so important to this team. Whitport 2, West Brom 1. We've dug deep and turned it around. Dave Morton, again, he's such a useful player. Buffo, nice work from Quadio here. Just try something a little bit different. Morton knocks it round the side. Billington with the first time finish. 25 goals. He's certainly not going to hit the heights of last year, but the injuries have not helped. I mean, that makes very good reading, that league table. 10 clear of everybody else. I mean, that would be... You'd have to say, you throw away a 10-point lead in 6 matches. I mean, there's you'd literally need 8 points from our last 6 games. And that's with everybody else winning every single match. And I think we're comfortably capable of winning a couple of matches. Morton goes past one. Oh, he's really showing his strength now. He's going to get a shot away, I feel like, and he does go for goal. Morton picking it up on the halfway line. Oh, he's absolutely skinned the right back again. He's had a really good game, Dave Morton. I couldn't quite do enough there, though. But we should keep the ball in their half and at least try to recycle the possession. McCoy to Hayes. Sullivan could maybe spin past his man. Goes, oh, lovely work. And Jeff Hayes, nearly. I think we need to be starting to ready the lighthouse for a potential promotion party at this rate. Morton driving into the box again, and Dave Morton goes side netting. It would also give us 6 games to get 13 points to potentially go to 100 points, which is not out of the realms of possibility. From 6 games that we could win 4 and get a draw in the other one. You never know, though there are some difficult ones to come. Burnley and Fleetwood Town are in those final 6 matches. Burnley, in fact, I believe is up next. So there we go. 10 points clear at the top of the league we go now. Bristol City might be on 90 goals, but they've still got their fight. They've got their work cut out to try and get that final spot. As West Brom now find themselves down to 5th in the league. That is surprising considering where they were at one point. Although Fleetwood do have a game in hand, or rather other way around. And West Brom have now lost 4 consecutive league matches and look like they might be throwing their promotion away. Considering they've also conceded 41 goals this season, which is actually not too bad still, I suppose. But we just look fantastic now. I think it's ours to throw away from this point. As Blackhaven did beat Brighton, they go back into 9th place onto 43 points. And now give themselves a real shot of finishing in the top half at this point, moving a 5-point gap. Then again, Brighton are quite bad, but it's another win on the cards for Blackhaven, amazingly. So yes, next episode will be the final one of the season, of course, because we've only got a few left. We don't want to drag it out for too long. But next 2 games, Burnley at home and Fleetwood Town away. Huddersfield away, we're in 7th. Then it goes to Hull down towards the bottom. And then Bristol City as well. So we have to play Burnley, Fleetwood, Huddersfield and Bristol City in there. Thank God for that 10-point lead, because we're going to need it coming into these matches unless we're going to really turn it on. Never know. So, if you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. That would be superb. Getting some really nice attendances at home. Lots of sellouts, it would seem. So that's awesome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I stream on Twitch on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and one of the weekend days. So go follow there too. And I'll join you guys tomorrow for the final episode of the season, where hopefully we will be crowned champions of the championship and we can start planning for a year in the Premier League. Oh, good lord, that is going to be a tense-ass summer because we're going to have money for once, and I don't know if we're going to be able to spend it because our reputation will be so damn low. And we'll have to compete with Blackhaven too, which is going to be even more difficult considering their new league position. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun, capybara, bye-bye.